Hi guys, Whew. Fanny Charles here, and I had to steal some time away because I wanted to share something with you today. Alright, I searched for my quotes and stuff, and I put them up on my, Facebook page like everybody else does. And I came upon this quote because you know that this is, it's really these videos are snatching my dreams back videos. It goes, and I usually post these on my blog post and on my Snatching My Dreams Back Facebook page. Now, I came across a quote, and when you read it from the beginning, surface level, it's like, okay, I'll read it to you. Legend says, when you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake in someone else's dream. All right, I'm going to repeat that again. Legend says, when you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake in someone else's dream. Okay. So, I read that and I'm like, you know what, this is kind of spooky. And on the surface, I took it as, okay, well, I'm awake because somebody else is dreaming about me. And isn't it eerie how someone is dreaming about me, as legend says, dreaming about me, how it's affecting me to the point that I can't sleep. All right, that's just really creepy. But then as I sat and thought about it, I'm like, I am in somebody else's dream. And I am awake in somebody else's dream. Hear me out. Somebody else's dream. Some of us have heard the quote of, basically the gist of it. I can't remember it verbatim right now. That if you don't, that you're building someone else's dream. Basically, like where you work and certain things you partake in that you're just dragging yourself along to do and you're not thinking of. You're just thinking of the task at hand. But really, in all honesty, if you're not building your own dream, then you're building someone else's. I was sitting and I was thinking and I'm like, yes, we're awake, we're toiling, we're struggling, we're fighting, building someone else's dream, in the sense that some of us want to be financially free. Some of us just need more time freedom. And when you talk about financially free, you're like, okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? Everybody has to work. Yes, everybody has to work. But there's some people, they make their money a lot easier than others. So when you say time freedom, what does that have to do financially with anything? When you are working in a system and you're not using the system and you don't own the system, you are building somebody else's dream to a certain extent. You understand? So I'm like, we are in somebody else's dream. If you are at your place of employment and you don't have anything on the side, or you are not following the dreams, if you're listening to your coworkers, if you're listening to your family, if you're listening to your friends, and you're plugging into their system, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, if you're plugging into a system that does not benefit you in the end, or benefit you and others in totality, and you're just plugging away in order to please them, or plugging away just to pay your bills, or plugging away just to be friends, or plugging away just to be accepted, you are building someone else's dream at your expense. And that person is slumbering in the good life, living their best life. But you see, you are a component. You are the spoke in the wheel. You are. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading this, and some people say, oh, Finn, that's just so deep, and it's not that deep. It is deep because it is your life. This is your life we're talking about. At the end of the day, we forget that we too can build dreams. We have dreams to build. We are all dream builders. But sometimes we forget that in the dream building, that we will substitute something minute and tiny and, substitute it for something tiny instead of something grander or bigger. I know yesterday's post, I talked about the difference between successful dreamers, builders, as opposed to average people, average builders. That's just the whole point. The whole point is, this is your life. No one else is going to live it the way you can. You can decide to live it on a minuscule scale, or you can decide to live it on a grand scale. But at the end of the day, it is your dream to build. And there's nothing wrong with helping people and being a spoke to some extent in their dream, but that has to be part of your dream, not just part of survival. I'm here looking ahead because, a car is approaching. That's all I have to say for today. And I just had to steal away. And even though it's cold, I had to come out here and share this with you. But before I go, say it with me. I endeavor to snatch back my dreams and live it. Guys, that's the only thing here to do in this life. That's it. I say this life like there's multiple lives. This life that you're living now. I don't know about anything else, but I know that I'm here now. So I see you all, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.